Hey, I'm back with another commentary that isn't a one-shot. Today I'm going to be covering a video by JacksonGamer100, a user who makes gameplay videos, live streams, rants, and other stuff. The video I'll be covering is his rant on the Sonic the Hedgehog bootleg for the NES. Anyways, let's get started with this. Okay, I'm not normally one for production points, but dude, what even is this intro? First off, the quality of the music and GameCube boot sound is bad. Since it seems that you're using KineMaster as evidenced by the watermark, why not download the music instead of recording it with MobiZen, considering you're able to download the ROM for the Sonic the Hedgehog bootleg. For example, you can use video or music downloaders like ytmp3.cc, which allows for MP3 and MP4 downloading. Heck, I'm pretty sure there's also apps on Google Play that allow for downloading YouTube videos. Secondly, the visuals don't really flow right with the music. The first part of it tries to go with a beat, but it's really sloppy, and the rest of the clips just stop trying altogether. And speaking of sound, third, the GameCube logo's sound overpowers the music, for some reason. Try muting the clip sound in your video editor so there wouldn't be that issue, then you could fade out the music after.
Hi guys, today I'm going to be ranting on Sonic the Hedgehog NES Edition, Nintendo Entertainment System Edition.
If you're going to be calling the game NES Edition, just stick to calling it NES Edition. Saying that and then Nintendo Entertainment System Edition is just redundant, as you're basically saying the same thing twice.
Okay, so first thing I'm gonna say is this is a bootleg. This is not an official game.
Of course the game is unofficial. Most people know this game is unofficial. I mean, why would this game be on the NES to begin with if Sega was still in its rivalry beef with Nintendo during the time of this game's release? And also, can you please cut out your stuttering in these videos? I'm pretty sure you can cut out audio parts with long pauses in KineMaster.
This game is absolutely horrible. And first thing you need to know is there's no Green Hill Zone. There probably is after the level I cannot beat, but since I couldn't beat it, so I didn't know. So there's no Green Hill Zone.
Keep this part in mind for a bit later.
But in the title screen, I just discovered this today, there is a Green Hill Zone somewhere in the title screen, and it's probably only in the title screen. Let me show you.
Well, first off, outside of this not being much of a valid reason for why this game sucks, you contradicted yourself seconds after you said you didn't know about it being there. And also, Green Hill isn't just in the attract demo, you can still access it through a level. Select cheat on the title screen, and I'm pretty sure there's a patch on romhacking.net to fix that too. Second, why is there only 3 seconds of footage that's barely past the beginning of Act 1, when there's 2 other acts as well as Galore Zone that you could show footage of? I know you wanted to show some evidence of Green Hill being in this game, but this just feels way too short. And lastly, why is your end card here so early? If this is part of the footage you wanted to show, why not edit that out so there wouldn't be 5 seconds of unneeded filler?
Oh, you thought it wouldn't get worse? Well, you are wrong. This is enemy galore. This is literally enemy galore. Like, there's an enemy right there, there's an enemy right there, there's like enemies everywhere in this game. It's so freaking annoying. Like, there's no way you can dodge all of those enemies at once because there's like 1,000 of them. And best of all, you know those crabs that shoot things at you with their 2 claws? Well, and there's tunnel place, and guess what? They're galore there. Like, if you have 0 rings, you're dead.
I don't think this is anything new, if this is just a port of 16-bit Sonic 1. You're just blindly running into enemies in your footage, so I think it's more of a problem with how you're playing it. If you were to play StreamYard in the original game, you'd probably say the same thing about its enemy placement.
And this is not it. Like, when you would get hit, like, I have 6 right now, and I just got hit. Like, if that happened, well, you'll only get 3. And only 3 fall out, and I had 6, and it counts as 0 more. There's like 0 more coins. Rings, whatever you want to call it. Which is freaking stupid.
I'm pretty sure this is more of a technical limitation thing for Sonic to drop only 3 rings instead of 20, as the NES can only display 8 sprites at a time. I mean, at least it's better than losing all of your rings and getting none back like in the Master System and Game Gear versions.
This game is extremely bad.
Because losing only 3 rings, not being able to play 2 stages and minor bugs are clearly big reasons to why this game sucks. The rest of this video is just Jack getting temporarily stuck in a wall in StreamYard because he keeps pressing left on a slope for no reason, saying crab meats are blue and not red as if it's the worst thing in the world, production notes, and some actual flaws in the game that I can agree with, so I'll just get to my final thoughts now. Jack, if you're going to be making more rents like this, try to find more flaws in these games instead of just nitpicking most of the way through, and not providing valid reasons as to why these games are bad. Here, you only provided 7 reasons, yet only 3 could be considered valid, and even then, there should be more to it given how the game is. Also, maybe try to have better editing in your videos so they wouldn't have common issues like the ones I mentioned before. I mean, it isn't too bad, but it's still a problem that I see people who use these kinds of programs have in their videos. That's all.
Yes, Sonic, stop. That's not a speed limit sign. Just stop. Fucking Tom Nook. Give us the fucking title!
Logan? I thought this was supposed to be an everything wrong with video on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, not an everything wrong with video on another game, let alone a game that hasn't been released yet. Look, I have no problem with you adding the characters' review trailers into account here since they are game relevant, and I don't mind joke sins, but even if that was a joke sin, you shouldn't be off topic. Even if the first trailer for the Animal Crossing 2019 game was relevant to Isabel's review trailer, like what Danny used to say, that may explain it, but I'm sorry, it doesn't excuse it.
Quick question, Rowan. What's the point of saying this? He wasn't rambling on about the 2019 Animal Crossing game, he was just asking Nintendo for the title as a joke. There really wasn't a point to address this problem that he has about this unreleased game. Just because he mentions another game having no title for 1 second in a Cinema Sins parody, doesn't mean he's fully going off topic, ranting about there being no title for an Animal Crossing game, which by itself is quite a stupid concept. Please don't make stupidly pointless assumptions like that. So for today's commentary, I'm going to be commentating on a new user named Steve the Unknown Nerd. He's very small, as he only just joined in September and only has about 4 videos in his catalog. Today's target is his most recent video on a commentator named TiDans, who way back in May of 2018 made a commentary on Mr. Awesome and Mario 360, who originally covered Jonah Smith's top 10 worst commentaries of 2017. This is going to be my first multi-degree commentary, so there'll be a degree counter on the bottom right for each video shown. Also, since Steve only uses text for his commentary, I'll use another text-to-speech program to read off his text. Without further ado, let's begin.
Now, don't get me wrong, we've had to boast as one of the best commentaries I have personally ever seen, and multiple new friendships. On the other hand, though, we've had dramas get terribly overblown, bandwagons that don't deserve to be, people at each other's throats left and right, and that's fight that end up filling the Sweet George's dam.
He's gonna continue driving home the fact that many commentators in the CC have been spiteful this year. Later on, you're gonna see me argue some of these instances.
So you interject just to say you'll be arguing about Jonah's examples of spite in the list. Okay, great, but what's the point of this? Like, of course your audience would get the fact that you'd be arguing against Jonah's cases of spite. It's not like this is a commentary or anything.
Shut up. You know what he means. By the way, Keyblade will be doing this the whole video just to let you know.
No, you. Seriously, what do you mean by he knew what he meant when clearly it's you who doesn't know what he meant? T-Blade was explaining that Mr. Awesome was just pointlessly interjecting by stating that Jonah was about to drive home the point in his countdown that commentators that, in 2017, were being spiteful and that Awesome was going to address those points later on in his commentary. Basically just being Captain Obvious by explaining exactly what people do in a commentary.
So overall, this line just feels like filler that could have been cut out during the scripting phase.
But you probably haven't come to hear me ramble. You came to hear me list up the videos I consider the awards of this year. Okay then, a few rules. 1. 1 channel per entry, otherwise I'd be having a whole lot of my videos on this list. 2. This is kind of a no-brainer, but I have to watch the video in order to place it here. And 3. I'll be doing the entries under presentation, points, delivery, and chemistry in the case of collabs.
Yes, the third stipulation is basically word for word what Damien said in his video. I suppose you can make the argument that with such a specific topic being done by numerous people that it doesn't give much room to vary the wording, but granted how Jonah also borrowed the idea of singing a Christmas tune to start the video, this particular instance can't be chalked up to coincidence.
But here's the thing though, while Damon and Jonah start both of their videos with singing, the executions are very different from one another, as when Damon was singing, he knew the audience was there and used that singing as a transition over to his list.
That doesn't make Mr. A wrong though. Stealing is still stealing. Try again.
While both of them starting their videos with singing might be similar to one another, it isn't the same thing as plagiarism, you freaking half-wit! Now with that issue all cleared up, this instance of Jonah's third rule can't be chalked up to coincidence, since it was just one rule, with the other two being very different from Damon, in which he only gave out one. Also, if you're going to say that Jonah stole a line from Damon, then mind showing us some proof, since you just say that Jonah ripped off Damon with barely any evidence to back yourself up. Now at least you link Damon's video in the description, but it's not an excuse for not showing any proof within the video.
Hypocrite, you dirty hypocrite.
T-Blade's a hypocrite. Are you that blind to not notice that this basically applies back to you? He actually did explain his reasoning, but you just so happened to skip over the part where he shows proof that Jonah's intro wasn't copied over from Damien's countdown, merely just supporting the possibility that it actually was a coincidence.
But here's the thing though, while Damon and Jonah start both of their videos with singing, the executions are very different from one another, as when Damon was singing, he knew the audience was there and used that singing as a transition over to his list.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. At least it should be for me. But I'm here doing a video on the worst commentaries of 2017.
While with Jonah, on the other hand, the singing was used to bring up examples of what his viewers might expect from the entries in Jonah's countdown while playing up the song as a joke due to him being startled by the appearance of the audience. Not to mention how some of the lyrics Jonah sings alludes to entries on his list, as well as sets up the topic of how many commentators dropped the ball in 2017.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Multiple those videos that suck. And rip-offs of Bob. Oh wait. Crud, did anybody hear me? Shoot.
So while both of them starting their videos with singing might be similar to one another, it
isn't the same thing as plagiarism.
So who's really the dishonest twat here?
You know, a common theme you'll see through this list of commentaries fueled by spider emotion. Frozen Angel's commentary on Cosmetics is a pretty good example of this.
Pedophiles are some of the scummiest people on Earth, in my opinion. The fact that someone would want to do something like that to a child fucking sickens me.
This is spite? How is he deliberately hurting, annoying, or offending his target by saying pedophilia sickens him?
Oh boy, now we're getting to the good stuff! Hey, Mr. A, about that spite definition, it would be nice if you actually used the right definition of spite, as you've seen me using the verb definition when Jonah is clearly using its noun definition.
So, at this point, you're just starting to make shit up because you know he's right, but you can't bring yourself to say that because you're a complete fucking asshole.
So T-Blade's the asshole, huh? All he was doing was pointing out Mr. A using the wrong definition of spite to describe Frozen Angel's thoughts on pedophilia and his behavior towards Kothori. And you know, I find your usage of asshole to be really ironic, seeing how you, A, not only throughout this video and in the description decided to call T-Blade a bully, idiot, real twat, and now complete fucking asshole, but B, constantly claim that Mr. Awesome was right, and that T-Blade was the one wrong all throughout, not to mention you cut out part of one of his arguments to make it look like you and Mr. O were in the right. You're being dishonest. The rest of the video is just Steve overreacting to Kane making a joke about pushing Mr. off a cliff, and we end off abruptly with Steve cutting off T-Blade mid-sentence to call him something he accuses him of doing here. Wonderful. So, Steve, Honestly, what can I say in the final thoughts that hasn't apparently been said to you already? You use bias for most of your points. You never actually pay attention to the things people try to explain in their videos. You take jokes too seriously. You throw out ad hominems left and right. You yourself were a hypocrite with some of your arguments despite what you say about key. In this video, you cut out context to make your targets look bad. And overall, this was just a very bad commentary to watch. My advice, lay off the spite. From what I've seen in the comments and in the description of your commentary, on Doodletone's commentary, on Tom4472, you seem to think that everyone is out to get you and the people you like. And from what I've seen from other people doing this and behaving this way, this is a bad motive to go by, as it basically makes you look more like a white knight than anything, and it makes you look like you're unwilling to accept or handle critique. If you want people to stop attacking and bullying you, stop acting this way, and maybe they'll leave you alone. So some of you may be wondering where I've been for several weeks now. Well, not counting activity on the VG resource and stretch, it's mostly been stuff in real life that's been delaying anything YouTube worthy. Heh. So what do I have on the table today? Well, it's something that I wanted to do for quite some time now. Allow me to introduce myself, throwing my internet reputation down the rabbit hole with my first commentary. Using Speakonia, a program that many people despise due to the way it apparently shows laziness on somebody's part. Oh, joy. Anyways, today's target will be on this kid whose content I've been watching for some amount of months. He calls himself a Bastion Animates. Most people in his community, the Go Animate/Plottigan community that is, know him as Andy Hernandez, due to his first channel revealing his actual name, and people call him that out of spite. The spite basically stemmed from him attacking this group that bashed him and another group that he's in for terminating a user that they liked for terminating some other protagonist for some other stupid crap that someone started it. It's pretty hard to explain, but enough of my rambling, let's start the video.
Just because I blocked Taylor Divine Animator 2006 doesn't mean anything. And also she got offended because they say Taylor the PewDiePie fan 2018 instead of Taylor Divine Animator 2006.
Well, you should have went back and checked her profile again just to make sure you had the right name. Maybe then she wouldn't have been offended about it.
And did you have to say this to me?
So, it's not like he was doing it for no reason. You were harassing his friends anyway, so why else wouldn't he be mad at you?
You better make a response of this video. Right now!
Well, geez, so much for the not being in your title, huh? Also, why would you add that when you're still harassing him and his friends? That's hypocritical, don't you think?
Listen, stop saying I blocked Taylor Divine Animator 2006. That's not true.
Then why am I not seeing her comments on anything you make?
Then Adam showed proof that I blocked Taylor Divine Animator 2006 for no reason at all.
Well, if he proves you wrong with evidence supporting his claims, that means you did do it, even when you keep saying no.
Taylor, listen, I thought you were a good girl, but it's all your fault. Your fault happened because good users started to hate on me.
As if they didn't already.
Now it's all your fault because of good users hating me.
Because you keep doing shady crap to them.
And now I have to become friends with bad users and Sam thanks to you.
They associate you with them due to you doing what these bad users usually do.
I don't know, I have to be friends with you because Ryan the Video Maker 2003 lost an interest on you. I tried to be your friend, but you bullied me for no reason at all.
You kept teasing him and his friends off with fake channels and videos out of them.
Mason, I thought you were a good guy, but you just subscribed to my hate base. I don't know what happened, but I don't think you should be subscribing to my hate base. He likes to make hate videos out of me. Non-stop.
He and many of your other detractors subscribe to that channel because of reasons addressed previously. I'm tired of repeating myself.
And I tried to terminate my hate base, and I need to know what I was going to do. And I never realized you're here. So, we may have to become friends because Ryan the Video Maker 2003 lost interest on me for blocking Taylor Divine Animator 2006 for no reason at all.
That really isn't a good excuse. Also, why would he be friends with you now when you already know that he hates you? Knowing what you tried pulling with the SPSF before, that logically doesn't make any sense. Respect can be earned, but it isn't earned immediately, and knowing what you usually do to many people, it's gonna take quite a lot of time and change to get any.
So, make sure you unsubscribe from my hate base, okay?
If he didn't hate you anymore, he would. Final thoughts. Honestly, dude, like I said before, if you want any sympathy from anyone, you need to stop doing bad things to people you hate, especially with the likes of the members of Team Mean, the SPSF, and any other groups that currently hate you. You also need to stop doing petty things for sympathy, as that's not the way to gain any. It just makes people look pathetic, no offense. So here's a little something for those who enjoy my videos like this. Initially for this commentary, I was planning on covering drama in the commentary community revolving around two subjects. One named Michael is here, yet another monotone leafy clone who makes commentaries, power scaling videos, and videos about Pennywise dancing, and the other named Dan Stein, a young CN reboot hater who also makes commentaries, yet does memes, live streams, subpar YTP videos, and rants. All you need to know about the drama related to these two is that Dan decided to make a couple of poorly done rants about a storytime animator that he hates with a burning passion that Michael and his friends decided to respond to, which in turn led to both of them attacking each other for a while until very recently, as of typing. For now though, I wanted to do a quick video related to the latter in this drama. Dan Stein, who recently made a 2-minute video about how yet another commentator named Doodle Tones supposedly did a secret apology to Dan regarding his hate on Teen Titans Go after she released a commentary on another commentary on a TTG rant. Too bad he doesn't know what the reality for this situation is, which is why I'm here to give critique. Anyways, let's begin.
Guys, I got some good news. Doodle Tones has improved. Yeah, I know. Like, I never thought this would happen.
Implying that she never did so since late 2016 or early 2017, but go on.
Now, how come I never thought this would happen? Can I tell you how? Because I just thought she was always gonna be shit. Like,
why? Because she made 3 videos on talking about or being related to you, or that some of her more recent commentaries were on people covering you defending Phantom Strider.
Because here's the thing. Like in her video about Ilo Milo, she said, well, Dan Stein, he's stupid.
Where in the Dan Strider Files 3, did Doodle ever say that you were stupid? She only mentioned you twice in that video. Once during the intro, while explaining the backstory behind her commentary, and the other during the main portion, where Doodle brought up the fact that she used Strider having other issues with a Gumball episode he was covering in his Countdown alone, just as an argument against Doodle, saying that a certain gag in that episode was irrelevant. And even then, any other mentions of you were just points that she did or could have brought up in her commentary on Soundwave Joestar. But that's it. No other mentions, no points where she calls you stupid, just those 2 points and nothing else.
And then, she made a video that was practically an apology video. First thing she does, name drops me.
Do you have any evidence of her doing this? I mean, I get you're referencing the live stream she did this week, like the Saturday stream and the Harry Potter speedrun cross stream, but where in these two, did she ever imply that she was apologizing to you? As far as I know, she only briefly referenced the drama between you and Michael through a conversation, but she never apologized to you directly, or implied that she was sorry. If anything, you're only saying that because of your next point, which is...
Second thing she does, well, she's defending a Teen Titans Go rant.
Yeah, she did. But here's the thing. TiDans only did the commentary on PacManFan64 to give critique to, I guess, what you can call an XX commentator, whom she felt that their argumentative skills have become a bit rusty over the years, and she wanted to help him out by pointing out flaws in his video. Honestly, I think she could have cared less about how you felt about the show personally. Heck, she even says in the commentary that there were some points in Pit's video that could actually be considered good, as evidenced by this text blurb in this timestamp part after she skips a bit of the original video, which basically means that she still kind of defends PPG. This is also explained in the final thoughts of her video.
So again, I understand the sentiment here, and I agree that yeah, there are definitely reasons as to why a network would want to get rid of a show that makes them a lot of money. But those reasons wouldn't take away someone's distaste for a show either. And with that in mind, a lot of this commentary seems to dodge the conversation more than actually addresses what's wrong with Pharrell's videos. For sure, he could elaborate a bit more, but assuming intents and reasons and using those assumptions to back up most of your points isn't going to cut it.
Basically, she never said that she hates PPG. After that, Dan says that he will stick to his highest beliefs until he actually sees the video, and says that he's proud of her for, apparently, being a go-hater until he actually watches the commentaries he's talking about. By the time that eventually happens, this commentary will probably be for nothing anyway, but I'll still stick to what I said about falsely accusing someone of being something that they're not before you actually listen to the full conversation. I don't have any final thoughts for you, Dan, as you've had enough things already told to you that you apparently don't listen to, but that's all I have to say anyway, so I'll see you guys later.